So thank you so much for tuning in. This is your April thematic overview general reading. It will roughly span from the 1st to the 31st of the month. Of course, energy is fluid though, so it may resonate a few days before the 1st, a few days after the 30th. Dear Leo, let's get right into it now. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and before we get to it, okay, I know that some of you have been asking, where are the mid-March readings? Okay, they are on the website, alchemynu.com, link in the bio description box below. For those of you who've been following for a few months now, you know that the protocol has been for the past few months that the 15th to the 31st would be uploaded on my website for 222 per sign, and that helps me continue with them. So thank you so much for your dear support, all of you. For those of you who like to tune into the 15th to the 31st readings, you can order them via the website alchemynu.com. Now, to get to the readings here now for the 1st to the 31st of April, let's get right into it for you, dear Leo. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was getting that there is a tremendous focus on, I'm hearing exclusivity factor for a number of you, be it as it pertains to a partnership. I'm getting that, I'm hearing creative growth though, and a tremendous focus on specifically matters of manifestation. And again, I'm getting it split. I'm seeing two distinct groups. There's on one hand an emphasis on matters of the heart, specifically I'm hearing heart chakra, and on the other for matters of career. Okay, I was especially drawn to pyrite for you, dear Leo. Mother of Pentacles had popped out as I was meditating on your energy off camera before I turned on the camera. Mother of Pentacles is maybe your own energy. I am getting that for a strong number of you, and I'm drawn here in this moment to the selenite wand that sits just next to, adjusted to the Mother of Pentacles. There is a sense of guidance that you feel through whatever it is that you are creating. For a number of you. For another number of you, I'm getting that there is a sense that if you're receiving funding or some form of guidance as it pertains to matters of career finances specifically, or for a number of you, matters of home life, family life, lifestyle in general, there is this sense of almost a mysticism that guides a certain clarity and a certain sense of also comfort with where we are in, I'm hearing, our home and what we're creating, okay? Now, I'm getting spirit guides specifically for a number of you, and I'm especially drawn here to clear crystal quartz that points right into this Mother of Pentacles. Let's get right into it for you, dear Leo. I'm getting, though, that you are simplifying things. There's something you're prioritizing, okay? Let us pull a few more cards here. Okay, you're not playing around, Leo. There is a seriousness with you here during this time, as I'm getting it. You, whatever it is that in a certain way you've been involved in, you've been, I'm hearing, dynamically engaged in, you are, I'm hearing, constructing what feels to be for you a sense of stability. And even if that means sacrificing certain, I'm hearing, frills, okay? I'm hearing just for the sake of it. You're doing it, even if it means also in an emotional way. You're getting super serious, Leo. There's no other way to sort of put it. You have here the card of Cancer in the Major Arcana, the Chariot in reverse, the sort of deep past position, recent past. Also, I'm hearing a question of, I'm hearing what comes with, who comes with, through perhaps a cycle of change. As it pertains specifically to partnerships, you have here the Hanged Man, the card of Pisces, two strong water cards in the Major Arcana right next to one another. A question of how a cycle pans through in an emotional way, but also in a constructive way, and specifically as it pertains to matters of home life, family life, even passion. There may be a question of movement, actual movement, translocation on the table for you, dear Leo. I am hearing Pisces, so however that archetype operates in your chart in particular, then that may be kind of where this energy is playing out. For those of you who are not too familiar with your chart and you want to take a deeper dive with it, there are services on my website that speak exactly to this, taking a deeper dive, a look into how these energies are operating in your chart, how each archetype is operating in your personal energetic blueprint. We all have every archetype. We are in a certain way every sign. I'm Becca to mention here this right now for you. So however it is that specifically Cancer and Pisces are operating in your chart, then that may be pertaining to these energies. I'm getting that specifically coming through here. Becca to mention that. The Eight of Cups in reverse, excuse me, Leo, that sits just beneath this Hanged Man. The Two of Cups in reverse, there is a certain question of an ideology, I'm hearing, of a past as it pertains to how we've engaged certain, I'm hearing, I'm hearing situational contexts of harmony. How is it that we are engaging with others? I'm getting specifically socially, emotionally. I'm getting a focus on the heart chakra, okay? Again, specific message coming through perhaps as it relates to a Pisces individual and or a Cancer, or a Pisces as it relates to home life and family life. Now, there is a readiness, okay, to move through the cycle. I'm hearing through the end of the cycle. It's like close the chapter. I'm hearing close the chapter. That's it. I'm ready. I'm hearing to begin anew. I'm hearing afoot in broad pastures and new lands that call me. The Fool in reverse, sitting and pending for you, baby. Leo, 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 looking over at right past what seems to be the foundation of this pyrite crystal. There is such a focus on I'm hearing the end zone goal as it pertains to the vision that you hold of how you're going to maneuver the sort of puzzle pieces around this new beginning. And I'm seeing you literally, I'm hearing laying it out in terms of your vision. Now, the Fool looks over. This is Aquarius' card in the Major Arcana. You may be dealing with an Aquarius. Looking over, again, back at, I'm hearing what can be imagined and surmounted as a vision that surrounds what feels to be a culminating point. Again, as it pertains to matters of the heart, relationships, love, how it is that you deem love, partnerships, and or finances, or a crossover between the two, even home life, lifestyle, environment, what we call and feel to be a home, a sense of home. You have here the High Priestess as well. You have both the High Priestess and the Hanged Man. Crossover here with Scorpio, absolutely. And you do have the card of Scorpio and the Major Arcana here in your spread, Death in reverse, that looks over into the future. I'm also hearing into the past. At the same time, though, very interesting, the High Priestess in reverse with its back to the Fool. They're both, I'm hearing waiting and pending. I'm hearing waiting for the moment that strikes a chord of passion. And I'm seeing that it's almost as if you are building this identity of a vision. You are building the identity of what you see coming to fruition. And I'm hearing landscape, perhaps a focus on the environment. Where do I want to lay my eggs, okay, so to speak? Where do I want to lay as well to rest? I'm hearing perhaps the many contemplations of this, I'm hearing scheme of events that I feel I am to set into motion and into effect. The question is, I'm getting it for you, Leo, is what is the point at which I feel the vision has incubated, I'm hearing painted, and there could be an aesthetic component to it, how I'm sort of visually preparing every sort of nook and cranny of what feels to be the canvas, I'm hearing, of my living, breathing dream. The period, the moment at which I feel I have absolutely carried the desire, the intention through in a visual way, specific message coming through for a number of you, in a visual way, and I'm imagining actual visuals, creative content that's being produced, but also in terms of my imagination, where I'm imagining somebody who is spending so much time. I'm seeing them in a room, okay, and so they've got their eyes closed and they're dreaming. I'm hearing they're in dreamland. I'm hearing la la land. They, take it as you will, can be taken in a number of ways. They are giving the attention to discovering not what they desire, because I'm getting that is very clear, but how they desire it in this third dimension. In matters of career, finances, how do I translate my passion into, I'm hearing, a career for a number of you? How do I monetize it? I'm hearing that for a number of you. How is it that it translates into matter? And that connecting point, I'm hearing where it's, I'm hearing dock to dock, where you connect the dots. I'm hearing ley lines, where you are in a certain way connecting what is held as, I'm hearing, also a form of guidance yet again. I'm zeroing in on the selenite wand, what seems to be, I'm hearing source, a connection to source, certain messages. How is it that I'm translating this? I'm hearing higher power and intent. I'm hearing intention to create, and I'm here to bring into manifestation in a physical form what it is that I am providing. I'm hearing for others, but I'm also seeing it as receiving. So it's almost like, how is it that I'm connecting yet again to certain, I'm hearing also a very, I'm hearing far-ranging groups, also communities. I'm hearing modalities. There could be a focus here specifically on the Sagittarius archetype and or that which is related to cultures, long distance travel, so on and so forth. And it's almost like, how do I merge these two very sort of anomalous perspectives as well? Okay, now you have here Justice, the card of Libra in reverse, looking over at the star in reverse. There's a whole lot of pending here. I'm hearing Scorpio, Aries, Leo. I'm hearing Sagittarius as well here, specifically with the star and with the High Priestess. With Justice, not directly, depends for a number of you. Okay, I'm getting that the conversation of Sagittarius that surrounds Justice card is I'm hearing on the outskirts, on the outline. Okay, specific message coming through again for a number of you. Nonetheless, Leo, you understand what you're working with as potential. You get it. You see it, you feel it. Again, how is it that you are depicting it? I'm hearing picture, I'm hearing through lines, perhaps writing, perhaps drawing, okay, for a number of you. Could be the focus here, but a brand new beginning on the horizon. Dear Leo, I'm hearing Sagittarius again here specifically, but almost not. I mean, getting it mostly as speaking through here directly in focus with the High Priestess. You have the Lovers in reverse. There could be a focus here on a question of partnership. What is the partnership paradigm? I'm hearing parallel. I'm hearing parabola. How is it that we bring together a sense of cohesion, harmony, and balance to create and manifest, to bring into form what is otherwise held in energetic understanding? Now you have here the Seven of Swords upright right beneath this pyrite. It is a central focus card, and it sits right next to the Seven of Pentacles. 7-7. You have the number 3 in the Major Arcana, the third card in the Major Arcana, the Empress, Aries' card. Take a deep breath. Bandit is exhaling there. Okay, for us, the Ace of Wands in reverse, sitting and pending just beneath the Seven of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles upright, 3 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Wands upright, 4, 5, sandwiching the 3. Very interesting. Okay, Son of Wands in reverse, sitting. I'm hearing incognito for a number of you. I'm hearing impending as well, looking over at this conversation of the 5 of Wands upright, the 3 of Swords in reverse, and the 4 of Pentacles upright. The Tower sits in reverse just behind the Son of Wands, right next to Death in reverse. Now, 8 of Pentacles sits in reverse as well as you move into the future. There is a stack of cards here. I haven't yet flipped them over. We'll take a look in just a bit. But there's a tremendous focus here for you, Leo, on what it is you feel is your secret sauce. That's the way that I can put it. Your secret sauce that you feel I'm hearing, provide the home to and for by way of your passion. And passion, as you feel it, I'm hearing Scorpio, Leo, is everything. Passion is a frequency that you reign in on. And I'm getting it as, it's almost like it's like the chariot. Okay, you realize passion is my mobile, and I am in a certain way maneuvering my way with what I understand is a frequency of passion that will clarify for me the structural path that I am to take, the actual physical, material, tangible path, the financial path, the career path, the professional path that I am to take towards forming a strategy around what I and how I expect of myself to bring things into form. And the question is not necessarily finances. It is related as I'm getting it. I'm hearing it is a proverbial vision. Okay, take it as you will. I'm hearing also mission. I'm hearing proverbial mission. Okay, but there is a focus here on what energetically will lay that foundation for you. I'm hearing to rest, okay, to rest. And it's interesting because, right, the energetics, I'm hearing also what is intuitive, what is also, I'm hearing what surfaces in an unexpected way as knowledge is, and I'm hearing that is also impending, is the form of stability that you seek. And I'm getting, of course, general reading, always heed your personal intuition, dear Leo, always heed your personal intuition, always heed your personal intuition. Okay, I'm back to mention that. Now, the Seven of Pentacles, though, right? Strong focus here, yes, and Mother of Pentacles on Earth energy. But there is, yet again, the recognition that I'm hearing it's drawn to scale. Take it as you will. However it is that may resonate with you. It is a matter, I'm hearing, of also prioritizing, downsizing our relationship with finances, our relationship with the physical material world. And so in the past, if you've felt like I'm placing incredible importance on, I'm hearing, preparing perhaps in a certain way for a certain venture and it's almost like the feeling I'm getting is I needed to I'm hearing stabilize financially or materially or in my environment first before I feel as I felt it come to the point of clarity of how I want to maneuver creation and manifestation. And it's almost as if finances were a focus and I'm hearing the sort of fundamentalism in a certain way, as you may have perceived it, or as others may have perceived it specifically in your work, specifically if you are in a public role, which is a Leo, right? If you got a lot of Leo in your chart, then maybe that propensity, absolutely. Nonetheless, depending on how you're watching, right? The Seven of Pentacles here, as I'm getting it, is resembling a downsizing, okay, reorientation of influence that matters of career and finances play for us. And so it's almost like, okay, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I realize that it is a matter of upholding a certain frequency. And yes, the material, tangible world plays a certain role there, but it is not the stage specifically. What sets the stage is how I dance on it. And the way that I enter in that next chapter is all of my own creation by way of my mind, by way of my imagination, my mind's eye. So beautiful here for you, Leo. The focus is on, as you recognize it, very much so, completely, I would say, on imagination and, of course, general reading, so take it as you will. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse, sitting right above death. There is a transformation here that you, I'm hearing, have already experienced, and it's almost like it's cyclical as I'm getting it. And what you recognize you are to move through in a certain way, I'm hearing has its own pattern to it, even has its own pattern. Very interesting. And again, I'm getting that you are ready to take on this, and I'm hearing also to bring to surface and to light what this next stage is to, in a certain way, materialize as, to resurface as, perhaps in a physical way, and in an actual environmental way, in a public way, in a financial way as well, in a professional way. There is a conversation that surrounds the strategic, I'm hearing, inner workings that pertain to the physical environment, the physical body, and or matters of finances. Okay. But yet again, Leo, I'm hearing Scorpio for you. It's not the priority. It's not the priority, and you get that. Okay, you understand how you're placing the role that finances play through your creative work. The central focus for you here, yet again, you have this beautiful Empress energy right in the smack dab middle of your spread. I'm hearing your vision is blinding. Your vision is blinding in a beautiful way, as I'm getting it, from what is, I'm hearing a sideline access point, is a peripheral vision of your vision. And it's almost like there are different lenses through which you have been perceiving your own self-projection, your own perception of self, characterizing the role that you realize you uniquely are to play and to take on in creating what it is that you see for yourself creating. The Ace of Wands here mirrors this Son of Wands. And the recognition, Leo, is that we are to take on a certain role. Absolutely, that is creative, that is dynamic, that I'm hearing is a strike and resembles for us a strike of passion. The waiting game here is on how we form that relationship between matters that are financial, material, I'm hearing, and I'm hearing that are, I'm hearing also in a certain way, I'm hearing a matter of organizing resources. Okay, organizing resources, and that which is the sort of the creative back end, the imaginative, sort of creative, yet again, also dreamlike, ethereal, spiritual, even energetic back end, emotional as well. How is it that I'm merging these two? I'm hearing bodies of my work. There is, though, a contemplation of how, in which direction exactly do I address still both the passion and that which deals with matters of practicality. Okay, so this conversation is sort of ongoing. There may be a question of a certain dynamic and partnership, even contract, that may be tweaked, that may be reworked, that may be laid out for a number of you. Yet again, referring to matters that are both creative and practical. Finances and perhaps relating to creative resources. It is Mercury retrograde that we're stepping into just tomorrow on the 22nd of March. I'm filming this on the 21st. Dear Leo, we are in the pre-shadow period. So for those of you who may not already be familiar, Mercury retrograde is a time where things related to Mercury kind of have the tendency to go haywire. And it's generally suggested that if you're, let's say, signing a contract, a super important contract, or making a super important deal, if you are forming a certain partnership that involves contractual work, that involves writing, speaking, again, any major sort of decision that you are to make, you may want to wait until Mercury goes direct, and this happens around the 4th of May. That's when the post-shadow period of Mercury goes clear. So there is a pre-shadow period and a post-shadow period, and they are potent in their own ways. So again, if you're making a super important decision, specifically as it pertains to matters that are also strategic, also perhaps legal or financial, of course, take it as you will, always heed your personal intuition, then you may want to wait until Mercury goes direct in the early parts of May. Now, you may be dealing with Scorpio. For a number of you, absolutely, that comes into focus. I'm hearing into free range focus. You have the 6 of Wands upright, the 9 of Swords upright, the Ace of Pentacles, okay, smack dab in the middle, Temperance upright. Whoa, you may be dealing with Sagittarius, or your very own energy in your own chart. I'm hearing, it's almost, I'm seeing it as compartmentalized. Something about this energy is, I'm hearing awaiting to be included, to be involved in a certain way in the project. For a number of you, I'm hearing a specific message coming through. Okay, there's something though that is not yet clear and clarified about perhaps the role that they are, the position that they are to take on, the position that they are to take on. The Magician in reverse, the 2 of Swords upright. What is the potential? That is the question. What is the potential, specifically as it pertains to the creative resources and or individuals that are to, in a certain way, contribute to what feels to be a new beginning, materially, financially, perhaps even physically. Ace of Pentacles, there is the alluding to a new business, perhaps for a number of you, or a new direction that your work is to take on in a very clear way. And it can be, yet again, it's like okay, well, moving locations, okay, closing shop and reopening shop, it makes it very obvious, right, that there is a complete shift. I'm hearing a renewal as well, a cycling through. And it's almost as if what this new beginning sort of resembles for you, Leo, is a reflection and I'm hearing a starting point of what feels to be a personal revolution. And it's almost like, yes, okay, there's a cycle in my work, but this chapter that I am in a certain way preparing for, I'm hearing also cultivating the resources for, prepares to speak to, I'm hearing how I transform through my work. And there's such, I'm hearing a dynamism, okay, that is almost unleashed, that is, so to speak, almost accessed at this point. And it's like others will recognize that of you and through your work. And in recognizing that this shift has happened, it's almost like, I'm specifically imagining, it's like a physical location, a shop that then moves locations. And it's not just the physical move, it is the physical move, but it's almost the sort of the air of transformation that surrounds that actual transition that is maybe physical, that is professional, that is material, financial, and others sort of, I'm hearing, it's just exuded, okay, it's exuded. Now, you have here the 2 of Swords mirroring here Temperance. There is a focus on what exactly what matters to us, Leo. I'm getting it, what matters to us, and there may be a pool of finances specifically that we are to, in a certain way, find, I'm hearing, ourselves working through, and I'm seeing it almost as there being perhaps so many things, so much finances, perhaps so much. I'm hearing specifically funding that in a certain way we are to bring with us. I'm seeing it as bring with us, or to transit, and it may be right. So simple as, okay, well, I've got a lot of furniture that I've got to move around, so to speak. But it's so very exciting, and it's moving you into a brand new direction, a brand new chapter, dear Leo. But there's a lot of preparation here, a whole lot of preparation that again speaks perhaps to how is it that I am in a certain way also transferring. I'm hearing data for a number of you. Okay, I'm hearing server. Take it as you will. That I am, how it is that I am in a certain way also transiting, I'm hearing transiting, transforming through in a material, financial, physical way. And there is a sense of oversight with that, okay? There's a sense of oversight with that in terms of how it is that you want in a certain way to continue through in a certain environment that is professional. I'm getting that specifically for a number of you. But again, I'm getting a focus on how is it that literally in a certain way perhaps we are working through matters that are practical, and how is it that that is and holds as a sort of more I'm hearing strategic as well, side to what is held in a state of energetic transformation and the momentum of spirit. I'm hearing calling, okay? I'm hearing spirit calling. So take it as you will. I'm getting that, yet again, though, there is a movement that is happening by way of, yet again, a vision, imagination, energetics, also emotions, the passion that you feel for something, that being the moving point for you. And whatever is excess, whatever I'm hearing is standard as well, standardized, okay, I'm hearing compartmentalized as well, I'm hearing also I'm hearing that needs room. I'm hearing to live and to breathe. I'm hearing living room, take it as you will. There is the acknowledgement of exactly what to do with this dimension of your work, specifically as you move through this particular transit, through this particular transformation. There is a question of exactly how we are moving perhaps this dimension of our work, that which is material, financial, and practically minded, okay, relating to the third dimension, relating perhaps to finances or physical material assets and goods. So the question as I'm getting it for you, Leo, is I'm seeing that there are a whole pool of finances, specifically finances for a number of you, and for others of you, resources, those that are creative as well. What has been created, what has been accumulated. And there is a sort of philosophical focus to it, but in such a way that's not purely philosophical, that is I'm hearing a response to what has been manifested to this point. And so the question is, how is it that in reaching this point of transformation, the series of steps that I have taken are in a certain way to be, I'm hearing threaded, okay, through. And the question is almost like, I'm seeing it visually for you, Leo. I'm seeing it's almost like you are at a station, and there's like a whole lot of luggage that is waiting and pending. But I'm seeing that it's almost as if there is it's a dimensional shift. And this dimension with this, let's say, stuff, these physical assets and goods, the question is almost, how is it that they get sorted through to move into this next stage? Okay, I'm hearing grand illumination. And the question is, yet again, right, it's like not about the things, not about what is actually being moved through. It is about how it is that you are at the threshold of change on an energetic level, and how it is that you, in a certain way, are I'm hearing corporate for a number of you, perhaps how you may be incorporating or actually incorporating a business, okay, specifically perhaps legally, or how am I going to actually make what I've been involved in a creative way, in a dynamic way, something that is, I'm hearing, solid, okay? I'm hearing in its form for a number of you as well. Can go in so many directions. I'm hearing prototype. Yet again, okay. Nonetheless, though, I'm seeing though how it is that you are in a certain way conforming. I'm hearing your assets to your foresight, to the path that your dreams live through, the path that you feel called to take on. And so in a certain way, what was carried through in the past to this point, as you may have perceived it, is, I'm hearing, up for collection. I'm hearing collections, okay, take it as you will, however that may resonate with you, but is at a certain point to be assessed, I'm hearing, and revisited, reviewed. So thank you so much, dear Leo, for tuning in to your video. Love and light to you all on this transformational journey forward, and I highly recommend you to check out, I'm hearing, specifically your North Node if you're watching for matters of career, or your Midhaven sign. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Love and light to you all. And for those of you who would like a personal reading, I know some of you have been asking, do you do personal readings? And I do. You can check them out on my website, alchemyandyou.com. I do live readings. I do as well pre-recorded. So depending on the format that you wish, I do Skype and phone, or again, pre-recorded. So however it is that it's best suited for you, as you may feel it, you can take a look at those services there on my site, alchemyandyou.com. Link is in the bio description box as well. I also do astrology reports. I take a one-on-one look at your personal chart, and it's about 13 pages, full length and depth. There are many versions of that as well, depending on what you feel may suit your needs at this period of time. And I also do energetic alignment protocols. So if that's something of interest to you, if you're feeling like I want to sort of target elemental balance, I feel that perhaps I'm working so much in a certain way, and I want to feel that I'm incorporating all the aspects of my being. This may be something of interest to you, specifically in energetic alignment protocol, and that is also on my website. You can take a look via the link below in the description box that I provide. And otherwise, I think that's it. Thank you so much, dear Leo, for tuning in. Love and light to you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.